Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Ruth Jost, toko ingoa, no ingarangi ia. At Eke Panuku, we manage a fairly substantial property portfolio, but within that, and at the heart of that portfolio, are a number of quite special buildings and structures. We have an obligation as custodians of those properties to ensure that when in the day-to-day management and operation of those buildings, we're really cognisant of their past, manage them well for the here and now, and actually consider their future use. So here on the western edge of Princes Street, there are 5 buildings known as merchant houses, and they end in the absolutely stunning 31 Princes Street, which is known as Pembridge House, formerly known as Honeymoon House. It's had many names in its very long history. It's built at a typical time in the Victorian era of the Italianate. So you can walk through the beautiful ornate gates, climb the mosaic tiled steps, and be confronted by this absolutely stunning piece of architecture. The features that you see, the rectangular shape of the building, the flat or the very low pitch roof, and the really ornate cornices. Each of the corners of the building end in an absolutely stunning detail, obviously reaches back to that Renaissance period. So it is a true privilege to actually have a property like Pembridge in our portfolio. It serves as a reminder to us that we do have a duty as custodians, and to also ensure that we are true to its heritage, and it's an absolute honour to be part of the history of such a significant building. So standing here on the corner of Pakenham Street West and Halsey Street is a rather unassuming and perhaps not really or little known building that we lovingly call the John Lysaght building. It's considered by some to be a heart of the past, which captures the maritime and industrial history of our beautiful Wynyard Quarter. And so rather than being a heritage building, this is actually something that's known as a special character building. It went through a process of adaptive reuse. What a special character building allows you to do is to actually preserve the exterior but undertake fairly significant changes and modifications to its interior. If you walk past, you look up, you see the beautiful John Lysaght Limited sign, which is part of the original facade. What makes this quite different is the rest of the Wynyard Quarter has gone through a fairly significant redevelopment. This still continues to be that lens back into the industrial past. So next time you're down in the Wynyard Quarter, why don't you come take a look at this beautiful special character building and grab yourself a pretty awesome cup of coffee as well while you're down here. So when you think of heritage assets, you wouldn't necessarily think of a battleship grey painted Meccano set. A rolling truss, a single leaf bridge that basically tens of thousands of pedestrians that cross it every month probably don't even realise its significance. It was built in 1932 in kit set form in the UK, and they were shipped over here. These large gears here used to actually drive the bridge to lift, and this huge concrete block that's up here has actually acted as a counterweight to enable the lift of the bridge. It used to originally be a timber deck that had train tracks running across it right the way through to the silos down at the end there of the waterfront. Up until the late 1990s, actually served the fishing fleet that used to come into and leave the harbour here. What might look to most as a rusty battleship, this is actually a window into the industrial past of the waterfront. We always refer to the waterfront as being a working waterfront that is publicly accessible. And what could be more accessible than a bridge? It really truly is a feat of engineering and something that should be celebrated and preserved. Heritage buildings are really important to Tamaki and Makaurau and here at Eke Panuku because they narrate our beautiful city's past, both our cultural history and the history of both our natural and built environment. So next time you're taking a walk around our beautiful city, just remember to take a look up and look around, and you might see something really special.